Hey, hi, howdy, how are you folks? My name is Nallex and welcome back to another League of Legends video. We're back in the jungle, back playing some more Volibear. I have been having a blast playing some Volibear jungle in these last couple patches. It is just too much fun to miss out on. I love him, you love him. I got a lot of good feedback on the last video, so you best believe we're gonna make ourselves another one. And I tell you what better champ to pick than the one that I've been playing a ton. Now, this game's a wonderful example of what I like to consider one of the jungle fundamentals, and that is a pretty simple rule, really. You're not always the main character. It's especially true if you're going to play like a tank jungler like Sejuani or something like that. But even on a champ like Volibear, a champ who can solo carry games, it's important to know that sometimes you're not the main character. This game is a perfect example of that. As you can see here, we're starting off with a bad start as I mess up the E on the first camp. You should have waited till about 129 to use your E, or at least 128 in a couple of milliseconds. You want to wait so that way the camp spawns so you actually get the damage from your lightning. Now here I make another mistake. This is just a perfect example of how I am not a perfect jungler by any means. As you can see, I reset the blue buff down to 700 HP. I mess up my Gromp. It's a whole fiasco, really. Eventually, we do kill the blue buff, and then we start our Gromp like normal. We're just down a bunch of health and a bit of time, but all in all, nothing too crazy happens from us making that mistake, and we'll never make it again because now we know it's a 129 when you need to use that lightning to get it all started. If you're wondering why I hit the blast cone first instead of just being on the camp, it's actually so I can get a free stack on my passive one step quicker, so that way I just do a little bit more damage on that first camp because, as you know, Volibear's passive when fully stacked will give him attack speed and damage on each attack, so you definitely want to use it wisely. Now here I missed the last auto on the wolves, so once again my passive resets. If I hadn't missed that, I could have used my Q and rush directly into the fight, and then, you know, I would have had to worry about not using my passive the right way. But you know what, we already made a couple mistakes, why not make a couple more, right? Not the most wonderful early game, but you'll see here pretty soon that I'm not the main character of this game, so it doesn't matter if I play perfectly or not. I don't have to this game. It's important to become carryable, because if you don't already know the law of solo queue, at least this is what I like to call the law of solo queue, about 30% of the games you play are going to be a loss no matter what you do. About 30% of the games you play are going to be a win no matter what you do, provided you're not actually target inting or trying to lose the game. So your main goal is to improve on those other, 40% of games where you actually do have some impact on how the game ends up. But this game is a perfect example of, we probably would have won this game even without me. And by no means am I the main character of this game. But our goal is to be carryable and create monsters. So we go on the Jinx here, trying to get some damage off on her. Unfortunately, Ezreal gets stunned and, well, doesn't go as well as I'd like it to. So we do end up flashing out and getting away from there. We don't die, which is good. But, we don't do very well either. We get our back off. Our first item almost always is going to be that Aether Wisp. It's just so valuable to get that movement speed and AP rather than anything like the Kindle Gem, stuff like that. Not worth it compared to the value from the Aether Wisp. If you don't already know, Volibear's first item on any build you go should always be that Cosmic Drive, or the movement speed, the cooldown on all of his abilities. It's just too valuable of an item to pass up. And we can see here that our Aatrox is doing some work here in the mid lane. Already got a kill onto the Malzahar, not the Malzahar, the Vladimir. Malzahar's on our team. But look, I'm not trying to fight anybody unless I absolutely have to. I will, however, clear this vision, because if you know there's vision, you should clear it anytime you can. It's just a smart thing to do. Less information for the enemy is always better for you. I ping on the way onto the Void Grubs, as I would like that to be a focus from my team. I always like to play for the objectives. I think it's the smartest way to play jungle. at least the very most consistent way to play jungle. And when you're low elo like me, it's gonna bring you the most dividends to just play consistently, and you'll really honestly get a lot better a lot quicker than if your goal is to find crazy ganks and, you know, snowball every game out of, you know, oblivion. And it's just a lot more consistent for me personally as a, you know, lower elo learning jungler to play for the consistency, right? The guarantees, like guaranteeing an objective by being on it the second it spawns. Trying to draw out the grubs here, spread our damage among them, because that's the fastest way to actually complete them. We kill one, then the other one's already at 800 HP. Kill the second one, the next one's, you know, we're already right there. And with our smite, we can smite it one last time, get all three of the void grubs, and then we're going straight to mid lane. Right, we know what our win condition is, and it's going to be this Aatrox, especially if we can keep him alive. Something that he would not have been able to do had we not shown ourselves in the mid lane. And look, we're even helping him push his wave, so that way his wave is not in a bad state. He can back without any fear. It's just a wonderful thing for us to do. Got a lot of camps up on the bot side, might as well farm them. We're getting pretty close to our level 6. If we can get that, we will be very strong in any fight we do. And that's what we like to be. We like to be strong around here. I don't know about you guys. Keeping my eye on the dragon, obviously. We got our ward in the bush, but I'm also keeping my eye on this mid lane. Luckily, Aatrox is absolutely cooking this Vladimir. He is just cooking out of his mind. Let me move him properly into the mid lane. They did do a lane swap at level 1, which ended up working really well for them. I thought that there was a bunch of rules in place to stop lane swaps from being so effective. We're gonna get hit by everything here. We're gonna die from the Rammus. You'll see here, I'm not playing that well. You know what I mean? I'm making plays that aren't working, and unfortunately, that's not what we like to see. And this is crazy here. I do not know how the Jinx does not die. Unfortunately, Senna's attack speed just a little bit too low, so Jinx does get, I believe, a double, or at least a double kill. Yeah, doesn't get the triple because I do die to the Rammus. Rammus really strong in the early game versus Volibear. You know, when you're still stacking up some of your damage, most of your damage is going to be coming in AD form, even with buying the Aether Wisp, so it's hard to deal damage against a Rammus, especially when he buys things like Plated Steel Caps and Bramble Vest first item. But it's alright. It's not about me this game. I'm not the main character. That would be our mid laner, the Aatrox, already 2-0 against the Vladimir. We're going to look for as many different ways to play around what this Aatrox wants to do as possible. We are a side character in this one. Keeping an eye on this dragon objective, thinking about going to it, but we will end up just backing off. Rammus makes a play topside, and we're like, oh, maybe we don't need to back off. Basically, this is our trade, right? Rammus goes top lane, gets a gank off. Our trade for that play is going to be this objective, which is what we need to do. I ping for help, just knowing that, you know, there's a very real possibility that the enemy wants to fight at this objective. You see Vladimir's pinging that I might be on it. They're very well aware. Rammus starts coming down, so we know we are on a bit of a timer just to even kill it. Luckily, I do win the smite fight. We get the dragon. Rammus comes in, he gets away. Jinx gets a triple kill. It's not looking great, but of course, this Aatrox is going to cook out of his mind. Or at least get away, which is about as much cooking as he really needs to do. So yeah, we trade our lives for that objective. It's totally fine. Like I said, we are not trying to carry this game. We knew from the start of the game that we weren't playing at our best. So now we need to just kind of play smart and play for our team. Unfortunately, our team is not playing for themselves, as Ezreal does get absolutely murked in the mid lane for no reason. Lord knows what he was doing. I certainly don't. He's just a weirdo. But you know what I'm doing? I'm getting these camps and I'm going straight to the next objective. Because now, if I get all 3 of these void grubs, that is feats of strength and upgraded boots for my whole team. That's a great way to be useful, if you ask me. Even though I'm not by any means playing well or strong so far in this game, if I can get this objective, it'll be worth it. You know, it'll be worth it for my team. Fortunately, Rammus is there. What a loser. So we steal 1. We get up to 4. Somehow Rammus gets past me here. That's crazy by him. Really well played. He's a very good Rammus player to not get caught there. No one knows how he managed to do it. Bit of money from the ward there. But yeah, we miss out on that objective for the most part. But because we got at least 1, he doesn't get any progress on his feats of strength either. And that's really important. Look, I start these raptors, but I'm also thinking about how I can help this Aatrox. You saw me almost go there, but I noticed that he's perfectly fine and not afraid of this Rammus. Now to like kill these raptors, right? I'm not focusing on my farm. I'm focusing on getting this guy ahead. And what's easier than just flashing on this Rammus? Now, of course, he goes on to the other guy, which is not as fun, but I'm keeping this Rammus away from my Aatrox. Because if Rammus shuts down this Aatrox and keeps him shut down, we're screwed. We're screwed. You know? Because they got a 6-in-1 bot laner. Look at this. I'm not afraid of him. My goal is to protect the Aatrox. Look, they're making a play on my bot side. I don't care. We're getting first turret. We are gonna get first turret, and that'll also give us our feats of strength without even needing to get the 3rd objective. Eventually. You kind of got to beat the crap out of it when it still has plates like that. But that's a lot of money in mine and Aatrox's pockets now. And Vladimir's doing some goofy shit. Look at this. Wait to use your stun. I unfortunately waited a little bit too long. You know, sometimes your stun runs out, and because Vladimir's untargetable, there's not much else you can do about it. But we're looking to make plays. Wherever this Aatrox wants me to go, I'm gonna go. I'm Aatrox's bitch this game, and I don't care. Because it's the easiest way that we're gonna find a win. Right? If I play for myself and not for Aatrox, there's no guarantee that we win this game. You know, the Rammus is gonna be really strong against the Aatrox if Aatrox doesn't get way snowball. So it's not a bad idea to just focus on helping him rather than helping myself. And I know I probably sound like a broken record by now because I've been saying it for about 13 minutes that, hey, the plan is to help Aatrox. But it's a lesson that a lot of people need to learn. People are too selfish. They want to play for themselves too often. They're not helping their team when they need to. And I'm guilty of this too. When I play Shyvana, I'm power farming basically every single game. Not really worried about what my team's up to. But this game, I've got 4 camps up. I don't care. I'm on this Rammus. And look. I'm just here to stop the Rammus from stopping my guy. Rammus goes away. Look at this. I'll die for it too. I don't care. As long as Aatrox doesn't die for it, but he's too smart for that. Boom. Give him a thumbs up. That's 5 kills on my Aatrox. 2 free ones from me. A gift from me to him. He's up 2 levels on the Vladimir. About 20 CS on him. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. And we got lots of stuff popping up. I would like to go for the grubs. Aatrox pings onto the dragon. Guess where I'm going? I'm following the lead. I'm a little soldier. Tell me what to do. I'll do whatever you tell me. It's just that easy, folks. Look at Ambessa. Ambessa teleports into the bot lane to try and, you know, do some stuff. Ain't letting them do some stuff. You crazy? Got good vision of the dragon here. Good vision of everything that we want to do. We know they're not starting it, so we're going to get our thing. And of course, as I'm about halfway done with the buff, they do start the camp. for the dragon, which is fine. They're slow. We know Jinx isn't there. We know it's just Rammus and Ambessa, and Rammus doesn't do a bunch of damage to the dragon, that's for sure. But boom, we're back in there. Look at this. It's clockwork. My only goal right now is to keep myself alive for as long as possible and let this guy get kills. I'm sorry, did you say triple kill? Did you say triple kill and an assist? I mean, what more do you want from me? I'm this guy's best friend. I don't know how else to say it. It's just so beautiful to watch somebody get this strong. What is the enemy gonna do against an 8-0 Aatrox of all people? They've already got anti-heal on multiple members of their team, and he's still demolishing them like it's no problem. So yes, this video might be just a video of me getting carried, but it's an important lesson. And if you can learn how to get carried, those 30 games where, you know, it's not really whether you're doing well that the game is won, they're gonna feel a lot better. Because even though I'm not the one doing the winning, I'm sure as hell making it happen. Multiple objectives taken. You know, multiple ganks and plays to keep this guy alive. That's all you gotta do. As I clear these camps, it's a good time to shout out the fact that, you know, I've been making these videos for a while now. I've been making videos since I was like 14. And I'm 21, by the way, so that's 7 years. These videos are doing well. You know, you guys are really enjoying the Volibear stuff. So if you are enjoying, leave a comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you want to see. I've got basically all the champions unlocked at this point, so I do not mind playing about anybody. Here we go. Look at us. Even this Aatrox. Look, I'm jumping in front of this guy. He is not getting to my Aatrox. Under no circumstances is this guy gonna touch my Aatrox. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. It all does well for the YouTube algorithm. And you know, somebody said that if you're not Emerald, you're never gonna blow up. So I've been grinding. I'm plat 2 now. We're gonna keep moving on up. We got a good win rate on Volibear and Shyvana. I believe it's like 70% on Shyvana, 60% on Volibear. Haven't played Kayn in a while, but he's at 80% after like 8 games. So you know, we're moving up. We're moving on up in the world. But boom, we're straight on to another objective. This is just that core jungle gameplay that you'll see from me. I'm very objective focused. Any objective I can get is a good objective to get. I'm letting Aatrox get this Rift Herald eyeball because he's going to use it best. Imagine the amount of pressure that Aatrox can take into a side lane by just being solo with Rift Herald. It's so much pressure, so much pressure. The best part is, even though I am mostly focused on helping this guy out, I'm still up about 20 CS on the Rammus. Still up about 20 CS. Because we're still, you know, keeping those core skills engaged. But yeah, 19 minutes into the game, looking towards the Otacon spawn, how we can make sure that we get that. Looking towards our second item, which in this game, unlike other games, we're going into a Frostfire Gauntlet. Because I am a huge fan. Some games you want to go Cosmic Drive into, you know, Navori and then into Dead Man's Plate, something like that. But this game, I'm a big fan of just getting tankier. Okay? As a side character, it's my goal, it's my job, it's my duty to be the front line, to help this guy, to keep him alive. And that's what I'm doing. Navori Flicker Blade is a good item, don't get me wrong, but it's a selfish item. Look here. Boom, another fight's happening. I'm right in the middle of it. Look at me keep this Malzahar alive too. Oh my goodness. You're not touching my guy. Not if I have anything to do about it. And what's that? Oh, the Otacon spawned less than 10 seconds ago and I'm already hitting it? Yeah, that's right. I'm ready for those objectives, baby. Call me Mr. Objective, because I'm on those motherfuckers. I am not messing around. Look at that. Aatrox doing his thing. I don't know if he summoned the... He did summon the Rift Arrow. Look at him go. Exactly what I said. Take it to a side lane. Go by yourself. He's gotten 2 free turrets. That's 1,000 gold in his pocket. He's continuing to go deeper. And he doesn't have to worry about anything. Malzahar got himself murdered by the Jinx, which is pretty funny. But we know exactly where she is. And so we're just going to, you know, Goomba Stomp right over there. We get our first kill of the game. Instead of being 0-4, we're now 1-4, making that stat line look a little bit nicer on the score sheet. But I mean, 10 assists is 10 assists. Doing more work than the support is this game. Ezreal gets a lucky kill bot side. One of the weird parts about doing these recordings post-game, where, you know, it's not a recording of the game itself, it's the replay system, is that I don't think to, like, look around the map as much. It's much harder to, like, remember to look around the map when I'm also trying to chat about what's going on in my head and, you know, what the game plan is for this game. But basically, just know in the actual game, I'm looking around the map a lot more because it's my actual focus versus commentating. There we go. Ocean Drake. And that's 3 dragons to 0. We got 4 grubs. We got Otacon. We got Feats of Strength. The jungler's cooking. Even though I'm 1-4. Smiting the camps at this point is more of just like a speed thing rather than anything else. You want to go fast, get the camps down so we can go back to helping our Aatrox. And luckily we got a wonderful helper by the name of Senna, because Senna is just doing so much work to get these camps started while I finish them. And I mean, you can't ask for much more help than that. And of course we're getting her a bunch of souls as well. So, you know, the feeling's mutual. No one knows what Volibear's doing here. Why didn't he use his, you know, thing earlier? He flashes, I get another kill. Mostly because of my own play, but, you know, Volibear probably did most of the damage. 2-4 though, looking a lot better on the stat line. If we can get to the point where we're like, you know, 4-4 and then 12 assists, will be great. Looking to siege, looking to make something happen here. 23 minutes into the game. Baron's not even spawned yet, but we're already looking to push in and end the game. We make the play, they make the, you know, look at this. Look at this, the peel on the Aatrox. I flash away just to get away from some of that damage. I go back in, stop the Rammus. Look at me, I'm tanking up so much for this team. And all of a sudden, uh-oh, there's 3 of you dead. And all that it took was my own life. I'm putting my life on the line out here. The most supportive jungler you've ever seen. It's crazy. Finished up upgrading those boots. And that's about as far as we're probably going to end up getting this game because, well, we're ending the game. My sacrifice of my life is just enough to get to the point where, you know, we can do stuff like this. And just murder people. Start pushing towers. No, my team actually does back up. I'm lying and stupid. What can I tell you? I thought it was over. I genuinely thought the game was over. But no, it's never over. It's not over till that Nexus explodes, folks. We're still locked in, playing as good as we possibly can. Looking to get the Baron on its spawner. I believe that's about 20 seconds from now. It's enough time for us to get a couple camps. And that's what we want to do. We want to get those camps. Anytime where we got some downtime in between objectives or in between plays, you know, Aatrox is back in base. He's not looking to fight anybody right now. It's a great time for us to get a camp or two. Scuttle Crab, always nice to have. I do get it stolen by the Ezreal. Reportable, but we'll pass it off since we're having a good time so far this game. As we start the Baron, even though we don't have Aatrox here, hoping that he'll be just enough to scare the people off. But, you know, I've won every smite fight since the game has started. Surely we don't need to be that worried about some crazy smite fight from the Rammus. They don't even know what's going on. They don't know what health it's at, and I smited early. Don't talk about it. It never really happened if you think about it. But yeah, once again, I am just being that person on my team. Here we do get to go a little bit ham. And Bessa misses her ult on me, even though I believe that hit me. Look at this. You thought we were getting carried? No, we're not afraid to fight nobody. I'll fight 3 of you at once. I don't care. Meanwhile, Aatrox is pushing the bot wave. We're pushing this top wave. Everybody's pushing the mid wave. We didn't get the Baron, which is kind of my fault, but don't tell anybody about it. The game's basically over, folks. It's just a formality at this point. Knocking down those Nexus turrets should be nothing more than a walk in the park. There goes the first one. There goes the second one. We're jumping onto the Rammus. There's nothing he can do. We're punching that base. We don't really even care. Ezreal dies like the dog he is. We stun up the Mbessa. She gets killed. And we're punching the base. GG, what a game on Volibear. Learn to be a side character. Learn to be a helper. It will help you so much on your ranked climb. Hope you enjoyed. My name's Nallex. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.